Hello. If anybody's on, let me know if you can hear me okay. Just doing some software upgrades and gotta make sure it works. So basically, I'm in a fucking mood, which is not a surprise, but it's one of those. I've been having a lot of these days. I've been in one of the worst waves of symptoms I've ever been in at this late in the game. And I know it's basically all my fault. From when I over-tapered Remeron and destroyed my fucking nervous system. And I thought by waiting 7 months to even taper a little bit was good enough. Apparently that's not true. I mean, I'm disappointed in myself, and honestly, my therapist always says, you shouldn't, you don't need to beat yourself up so much. But it's like, yeah, is that right? Because just me fucking this up alone is setting me back years and a lot of mental, physical anguish, and possibly might lose everything that I have that I've worked so hard for in the past 4 years, 5 years. And I'm just supposed to be like, oh well. No, it's not me. It doesn't work that way. So it's safe to say I've more or less had it. The pressure in my head is fucking intense. I haven't had head pressure probably 3 years. Once in a while I'll get like 15 minutes of it. But this is growing into like the old school withdrawal. The only difference it feels like is that I'm lower on Remeron. And that excruciating chemical anxiety from being pulled off benzos and put on high dose of Remeron, that's not there. I just don't know what more to do. I've worked my fucking ass off to get to this point. Made it all the way fucking down. This lower dose of Remeron busted my fucking ass. Hi, Keith. Yeah, it's a weird like wash in my head. It's like not the typical dizzy, but it's a weird wash that goes over my head. And it's just like so I suppose that might be what you're talking about. No. I did when I got first pulled off of benzos 5.5 years ago. I definitely did that. That lasted like a year and a half for me. Well, if that's your last symptom, you're doing kick ass. Especially at 23 months. Of course, I've been tapering Remeron, so I guess that makes sense. After benzos, it destroyed my nervous system. So when I got put on Remeron, oh man, I didn't know that the Remeron was causing me so much trouble. I just thought it was all the benzo bullshit until I waited like a year and a half before I started tapering, something like that. And the whole time I just stayed the same. So I started tapering, and slowly but surely, I started getting better year after year until I over tapered last year and really destroyed my nervous system. And I'm literally stuck at 1.1 milligrams. And the last time I cut was 4 months ago, and it's still getting worse day by day. I don't know why. It's scary. It's really scary. I feel like I'm losing it, losing everything. Such a fucking joke. This whole fucking deal is just such a fucking joke. Filters. I'm just trying to fuck with this new software I got. Color key? Uh-oh. It's gonna be scary. De facto. I used to get more pulling sensations. Well, early on I did, and then slowly but surely it was going away. But like when I would walk, I would get a lot of pulling feelings that I was getting pulled to the ground. That lasted for like 4 years, and right now I'm magically not really. I'm not getting that. You know, it's funny. I might mute you because I've got new software, so I can do more stuff in the future, like do this with my video and put other videos and shit like that, and I can do logo shit like that, and I can do screen. Well, thought I could. There we go. Stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. So it's all putting time out. You never know what I'll do with this software. But yeah. Trying to figure out some fun stuff. So maybe I can like have other people on. It's all good. I'm sure it's fine now. Probably when I was switching stuff, like cutting out. Anyway, I guess I just can't help but to be pissed off at myself, and the not knowing anymore kills me. It's like I live one life. The one thing, and this is going to sound bad, the one thing that gets me going, okay, is that I know one day I will die. And I won't do it myself, but one day I'll die. This will all be over one day. Hopefully I've gotten over this crap and lived my life before that happens, but the fact that this bullshit ain't forever is a fucking godsend. Jesus. What's the ingredients? Like, what is it? Usually you can't put links in here for some reason. But you can always, in the comments later, when the video's over, you can put a link. Show me what you got. That's cool. My muscles are usually okay. Yeah. It's usually not one of my biggest problems. But I get that. Whoa. Sorry about that. There we go. My therapist always says, quit beating yourself up over it. What's done is done. But I used to kick myself for ever going on benzos. But my real kick is ruining my recovery. I know my title is Dan in Recovery because I guess you're always in recovery no matter what situation is, but even if it doesn't feel like it. But it's sure in hell, it feels like an impossibility now. It's too bad. I'm constantly beat up and tired. Like before I had some motivation, I wasn't like, I just constantly feel like I'm fluish. I've built so much in withdrawal in the idea I was getting better year by year. And now I'm years backwards. Some things are still okay. Like the fact that I was lower on Remeron, that helps. But a lot of the nervous system damage symptoms are back. And it freaks me out because I'm kind of the sole provider for me and my girlfriend. My girlfriend has health issues and only can work part-time. If I stop working, we're both fucked. But I mean, what are you going to do if you're disabled? You know what I'm saying? What do you do? I could try again. I could try again to get disability, like get a fucking worker to help on my behalf. But then I'd have to go through all the same bullshit, going to all the same doctors, saying all the same shit that I did for the first 2 years. All they did was give me a fibromyalgia bullshit, and they're just going to want me to keep trying drugs, and I'm just not doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. I'd rather die. Sure, I can lie about some of them, but like I do, but it's silly. And it's like ever since I did that with the over tapering, I never had this kind of depression coming down off of Remeron. And now everything's so fucking bad. I've got this horrible depression. The only thing I can think of doing is holding off and not tapering for a really long time until I'm able to. Let me ask you guys a question. This software thing. When I'm silent, is there a lot of noise in the background? Like, because my computer fan is going on pretty loud. I'm just wondering if you can hear that. I think I can double my video. How stupid would that be? Nope, didn't work. Oh, God. That's so fucking stupid. Let's see. The worse I feel is the harder it is for me to sleep. The worse my anxiety is, and the less I sleep, the worse everything else gets, and I still have to go out for work. But it's nuts. I mean, I literally have to crawl to my car almost some of these fucking days. And my fucking skin starts fucking pricking with all these painful needles. It's like, seriously? I would have never thought all these years ago. Now, I think to myself, would I do things differently from the beginning? Fuck yeah, I would. Once I was off benzos and I was really fucked up, I would have never taken Remeron. And if I really, because I had to sleep because I couldn't sleep. It was like 10 days or 11 days or something. I probably would have tried some sort of CBD, which I did not. I would rather take hydroxyzine for a few days to at least sleep and catch up. But to stay on something every fucking day is the dumbest thing, and I'll tell everybody that. Don't do that. If it works for you, great. But God, it's nearly destroyed my life, and the amount of times I've thought about suicide is utterly ridiculous, because that's not how I think. Now, I think I'm going to cut this one short. I think y'all left anyway. But just wanted to bitch a little bit and play with my new software and all that. Want you all to have a good night, De Facto and Keith. And I was going to say Montgomery, but that was just a spammer, so don't do that. You all have a good night.